Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of my wonderful and beautiful little subscribers out there. And how I love you all so, and I hope that you're all super duper well, super duper wonderful, and super duper delicious. And that life is treating you most deliciously wherever you are in the world. So what do we do? 4, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Margie's little lights. Thank you, little lights. You're delicious and bright. Now then, so what's the time, Mr. Wolf? So it is nearly 25 to 6 p.m. in our old England, my delicious little babies, and the sun is shining. Weather is sweet, yeah, make you wanna move. Okay, my delicious little babies. Now then, so yes, it started out dry, then it went, well, let's just say blue. Then it went not so very nice, grey and white little clouds. Then it went grey. Then it rained. And now we're back to sunshine, my delicious little babies. What have I got for you this evening, my delicious little babies? I just thought I'd just bang out a quick video. Okay, this will be a quick video this evening, my delicious little babies. Okay, and the reason why is because there we are, I've chosen it too. Okay, my delicious little babies. Does anybody ever remember the lady loves milk tray? The lady loves Thornton's. Okay, my delicious little babies. So, Thornton's Classic, these are my delicious little babies, okay? Now, even though I do not really have such a sweet tooth these days, my delicious little babies, so we went through the donut bit. Anyway, I'm going to draw myself to a conclusion. There we are with that part. My delicious little baby. It's just amazing what comes up on one's feed, isn't it? Yes. But I just thought, you know what? Let's open the box. You know, there used to be a saying, didn't there? There's somebody at the door. There's somebody at the door. But in this case, there's somebody in the box. There's somebody in the box. Now, what have we got, my delicious little babies? Tasting card. So we've got a tasting card. My delicious little babies, what do we have? Oh, what's that say? Scan me to discover our exclusive range, including personalised chocolate gifts at thorntons.com. So there we are, my delicious little babies. So that's the front. And that's the back. So what are we going to choose? What shall we choose, my delicious little babies? What shall we choose? You know. Let's go for... What shall we go for? Should we just have a lucky dip? You know, rather than me look at the tasters. Let's go for a lucky dip. There we go. What's that one? My delicious little babies. Let's just take a look. Let's just see what this one is. Oh, this is tempting toffee. So let's just have a nibble, please and thank you. Mind you, I may just try one more. What's this one called? Strawberries and cream. Let's just take one more nibble, please and thank you. Would you like one, little Rubes? Need to pass it over. You know what I mean? The old snowball. There we go, little Rubes. We're now going to put our chocolates over here, my delicious little babies. Yeah? I've had a beautiful afternoon, my delicious little babies, and one of my beautiful and delicious dear little friends made a surprise. There we are, a surprise visit, my delicious little babies. Do you see what I mean? What she also bought me. So thank you. Oh, my little beautiful. How I love you so. She knows who she is. There we are. She watches my videos. How I love you so, my little beautiful. Yes. But she also bought me. I'm going to show you. A beautiful new little blankie. Look at this. My delicious baby's a beautiful new little blankie. Oh, I can hold it so close. Hold me close, don't let me go. Oh no. Oh, it's so delicious. It feels really soft and cuddly. Do you know what I mean, my delicious babies? Yes. Oh. Just pop her back over there. Now then, my delicious little babies, so thank you once again, my beautiful little baby. You know who you are, okay? Now then, my delicious little babies, that one's for the winter, by the way. You know, because we need, you know, a lot in the winter, you know, especially with our beautiful, there we are, dear little elderly, or maybe our dear little beautifuls on the street now then, who do not have a lot, my delicious little babies, you know, like war veterans or somebody who has worked all the hours, found themselves in a dire, that's just an old-fashioned saying, my delicious little babies, just figure of speech, a dire, there we are, situation where they would very much, that doesn't mean no, value that beautiful little blankie. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Yes. Now then, so I have three, just need to turn backwards, forwards, you know, backwards, forwards. You know, it's one of those, my delicious little babies. Now then, first one. So this was 10 years ago, my delicious little babies, okay? Made a point of putting that in brackets. Now, when I was little, we used to watch... we used to watch a lot, like Only Fools and Horses and all these things now then, yes. But what we also watched was Bread. It was called Bread. And it's about a Liverpudlian family, my delicious little babies, okay, in the, you know, 70s, 80s, okay. And yeah, I remember watching it. It was absolutely, there we are, absolutely banging. Do you know what I mean, my delicious little babies? You needed to get into the swing of it. And how Mama Bear was, and she was split up with Papa Bear, and then you had Grandad Bear, and then you had all the Bens, you know what I mean? But what Mammy Bear used to love, she used to have, as it went on, she used to have in the centre of the kitchen table, it was like a porcelain, and it looked like a chicken. So basically, what happened was, you take the lid off, and you put the ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching straight into the kitty. You see what I mean, my delicious little babies, okay? You know, just to make sure, there we are, that the home rocked and rolled, you know what I mean? Because they all met up, all sat around the table, all did their prayers. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? And of course, you know, for some of them, they had when it was time to say prayers, they had all different sort of ways, there we are, of wording their prayers. My delicious little babies are beautiful. It was absolutely flipping banging. Okay, my delicious little babies. You couldn't fault that series ever. In fact, when it ended, there we are, I felt really flipping distraught about it. You know what I mean? Because it was the best way to explain it, my delicious little babies. It was like Home from Home. There we are. That's the best way to explain it. It's like if you get the broad Irish, or even if you get, broad English, or broad Asian now. It's the same thing, isn't it? You sit round the table and you eat together, you break bread together. There we are. Do you see what I mean, my delicious babies? Okay. But if you could please and thank you, take a look at this, my delicious little babies. Okay, it never came up on my feed. I chose the type it in. There we are. Okay, my delicious little babies. And this uploader happens to have 517 subscribers, my delicious little babies, but it was 10 years ago. So I'm not sure whether the uploader maybe has another channel or something. I'm not sure. But it stopped at 517. My delicious little babies, okay? So what can we do? We can add that together. That's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Comes to 13. My delicious little babies, look at that. Look at that. Yes. Anyway, search engine in old YouTube, my delicious little babies, because they're all on YouTube, okay? My delicious little babies, capital S, season, space, capital B, bread. Okay, my delicious little babies, that's your uploader. So it should read capital S, season, space, capital B, bread, season bread. Okay, my delicious little babies, okay? The video that you're looking for should read as follows. Bread, season 3, episode 2. Okay, my delicious little babies, okay? So I'll repeat that again for you, shall I? Bread, season 3, episode 2. Okay, my delicious little babies, yes. So that's that video. Anyway, there we are. It's banging. You got to get the humour. Do you know what I mean? But it was only just warming up. Okay, there we are. It's only just warming up, okay? And who actually wrote it all was called Carla, with a C, not a K. Carla, or Carla Lane, as in, you know, maybe you want to go, there we are, in the fast lane. Or maybe, there we are, you want to go in the not so fast lane. Or maybe you want to go in the slow lane. Do you see what I mean, my delicious babies? Yes. Anyway, as it turns out, she's no longer here anymore. But we may have the same name, but completely different wording. Okay, my delicious. Rewind and start again. Oh, my word, stumbled there. We may have different wording to our name, but I can well assure you all now I'm not going anywhere. Okay, my delicious little babies, that's not what I'm wanting you to look at. What I'm wanting you to look at is, there we are, the actual video itself. Okay, now there's bits and pieces. How many pieces? Bits and pieces. So we're back to that again. What year, my delicious little babies? Do you see what I mean? Okay. What I absolutely adored about this video was it was to do with family. It was to do with our beautiful little babies, who we call our sons and daughters. And it was to do with that not everything is about ka-ching, 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 you know what I mean? It's about the emotional side of things, okay? But it tells a story. But if you was to watch it from the beginning, there we are, then you would bang, 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 get it. There we are. And there'd be many in old England, there we are, who are my age, who, there we are, and older, bless them, who remember this. Okay, my delicious babies, so that's that, number 1. Please and thank you, banging. Okay, you have to take out bits and pieces from it, okay? It's funny in parts, honestly, okay? Now then, the next one, my delicious little babies, this uploader happens to have 1.19 million subscribers, my delicious little babies, okay? This is called, in the old space bar in YouTube, my delicious little babies, it's called Geo Beats. So it's 2 words into one, my delicious little babies. Geo, capital GEOBEATS, GeoBeats, space, animals, capital A. Okay, my delicious babies. So it's capital G, GeoBeats, space, capital A, animals. Okay, my delicious babies. Now then, the video should read, this is so beautiful, honestly. This is it 3 minutes 41 seconds? This is, there we are, just so beautiful. It actually brought a tear to my eyes. Okay, my delicious babies, just so beautiful. It's unreal. And it should read, rejected bull just wants to be everyone's friend. There we are. Okay, my delicious babies, so I'm just going to repeat that again for you, shall I? Rejected bull. This came up on my feed, my delicious babies, and I'm so very, very, very happy and pleased that it did. Okay, because I actually shared my beautiful dear little friend today, my delicious babies, and I also showed her the tortoise one, by the way. You know, when I was walking around my beautiful little Ruby Tuesday, because my beautiful little Maisie Moo can walk south, I'm walking around and somebody had put out a massive plastic tortoise. So there we are. Somebody's listening, aren't they, my delicious babies? But there was method. There we are to what I'd said. There was method in what I was putting, there we are, across. Okay, my delicious babies, yes, okay. But this here, he's so beautiful. Now, this is all to do with a bull who, and by the way, with anybody in these videos, please look at some of the comments. Please, just a little bit of time out your day on that. Should anybody have any form of an interest, please read some of the comments. There we are. This is so very important. There we are, okay. Please and thank you if you can. And this beautiful little bull, well, he's not little, he's rather large, but bless his beautiful dear little soul. But what is the point to what I'm saying? He, because of an infection, he had to have his, bulls with horns, he had to have his horns removed. Okay, my delicious babies. Me, myself, personally, I feel that there we are, they could have cured it, there we are. But anyway, we are talking about the veterinary world. Anyway, the point is that so he had no horns, so you see his ears and everything. Anyway, this beautiful sanctuary took him in, and let me tell you, if you could see, there we are, this beautiful dear bull, honestly, he would make your heart melt. He's just, there we are, that's beautiful. And I know with myself, being how I am, okay, especially if I was in that line of work, you know me, I'd get myself a tent. I'd get myself the largest tent, right? And then he can come in the tent with me, okay, man, okay, because it's that love. And then if you listen to it, just like 3 minutes and 41 seconds, and then you just, just to hear it, there's a point, there we are, to everything that I'm saying today. And finally, so please, he's so beautiful. Honestly, I could, not in that way, I could kiss him all day long. I'd be fussing him and, you know what I mean, and talking to him like a little baby. I'll be doing all that, my delicious little babies, you know what I mean? I mean, I love my beautiful, dear little Ruby Tuesday, my beautiful, dear little Maisie Moo. Of course I do. And, and I have a little talk to them, and do you know what I mean? But, like, they're older, just like this beautiful bull. And sometimes, they do want to be just left in peace, but they do love their fuss. You know what I mean? So you got to know when to fuss. There we are. And you got to know when they just want the quiet time. Do you know what I mean? There we are. It's just one of those things, my delicious babies. Now, finally, this uploader happens to have 5,500 subscribers. It has actually gone up, my delicious babies, since I last looked at it, okay, which was yesterday. Now then, with this one, this brought a tear to my eye as well, my delicious babies, okay. it was just so beautiful. So I'm just going to spell it out for you. This is in old YouTube as well, my delicious babies. And this video is about just over 4.5 minutes long, my delicious babies. It's Chazan from the south. I need to spell it out so that you know what I'm talking about. All these words are together, my delicious babies, you know, knitted together. Okay, my delicious babies. Capital C, then the rest is lowercase, Hason, then a capital F, then lowercase, ROM from, then a capital T, then lowercase for the, HE, then a capital S for south, then lowercase, OUTH. So it should read, my delicious babies, Chazan from the south, all together now, in no man's land, together. Okay, so capital C, capital F, capital T, and capital S. Now the video should read the hug that went viral on Facebook. Okay, my delicious babies, and once again, this came up, there we are, on my feed. Okay, I'll just repeat this once again for you, shall I? The hug that went viral on Facebook. Yes, my delicious babies, now I'm going to close my book. My life number's number 5, isn't it? Let's just go backwards, my delicious babies. Let's never ever forget. Put my book over there. Now then, this was really beautiful as well, because you had your man there. He put out his board, okay, and what this is all to do with his hugs, okay, like hugs. He was blindfolded, okay, my delicious little babies, and he just stood there like this, okay. Now, at the beginning of the video, that doesn't mean no, just got an itch. At the beginning of the video, you had a man there now then with a white top on, a white shirt. He looked at your man there, who was blindfolded, just holding his arms out with a white T-shirt, you know, with a bit of a logo. And he turned his back on him. But when I watched it just one time, the first time, and I showed my beautiful dear little friend today, and she said, yes, I understand, I get everything what you're saying to me about the tortoises, about the hugs, about everything, about the bull. She got me, bang, 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 ding, 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 dong. Do you see what I mean, my delicious babies? Yes, okay, it tells a story, there we are. That's the point in what I do. I never ever do anything without no reason, my delicious babies. And anybody in this world now then, there we are, who is so very kind enough to listen to me. So please, 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 thank you for any views, for any likes, or for any the occasional comments, you know. So very much love to you all. How I so very much appreciate you. This is not about myself getting subscriber after subscriber or anything like this. I want the ones who are meant to listen and the ones who are meant to see, to listen and see, there we are, what I'm saying. That is all I ask. Nothing more, nothing less. If it helps them on, there we are, on their journey, then please be my guest. But I just want ones to get what I'm saying. Jesus me, there we are. And then you understand me now, isn't it? Yes, yes. So getting back to this now then. So one day now, that man, there we are, who turned his back, he's good now, isn't it? Because one day he's going to find, there we are, that he's going to need a hug, and he's going to need another man there now then, or another woman to help him. There we are. Okay? So that shows the ignorance, there we are, at the beginning. Okay? But then you see how it unfolded, and how many came up to your man there now and hugged him everything from adults, the elderly women, bless. They were so beautiful because, like, even when I give a hug, I always do this. If I hug somebody, I'll go like this, you know what I mean? Okay. It's like that tapping, like that reassuring, you know what I mean? It was just so beautiful. You had little bands, you had all different ages, man, woman, little bands, everybody. Then you had teenagers, everybody just came up to give a hug, and all the time he was blindfolded. So what is my point to what I've just said to you, my delicious babies? What I'm saying is that this is not about colour. It's not about who has what material, who has, I've got a better house, I've got a better brum brums wheels, brum brum vroom, like this. I've got a better this, that and the other. I wear a better whistle and flute than yourself, you know what I mean? It's not about none of that. And what I felt so heartwarming is that at the end of that day, it really brought a tear to my eye, all these videos, honestly, right? Because your man there, when he finished and took his blindfold off, which of course we never seen, okay? He would have gone away with all of that beautiful and heartwarming energy. There we are, with so much love. And for myself, there we are, that is priceless. Nobody can buy that. Now, you have nasty ones in the world, like these nasty, dirty little gurus now. They call themselves gurus, ones that they want everybody to follow the leaders. And then they put things in your food now then, isn't it? And then they do nasty things and put spells on you. This is very serious, my delicious babies. There we are. This goes on long time. And that's why even when I brush my hair, okay, I'll take all the hair out and then I gather it up with a bit of water, you know what I mean? And I wrap it in tissue and put it down the toilet. Because if anybody was to come into my home, right, here's the fact of the matter, they would only need one strand of hair, okay, to put something bad on me now. There we are. And I know this, my delicious babies, you see what I mean? But with your man there, it's the same with food. You have to be careful, there we are, who you take food from. Do you know what I mean? If somebody's cooking with love, there we are, like I do. When I'm cooking, I smile. I'm cooking with love, okay? The ones you got to watch, there we are the ones who are not cooking with love. They're cooking, there we are, with nasty, damn intentions in their noddles. There we are, okay? And it happens frequently, and especially, and I'm not even going to go down that road. I'm not any of these things, but especially, there we are, in the Asian community. There we are, one of the worst, okay? I'm not saying for everyone, and I'm not racist, prejudice. Everybody knows me who knows me on my channel, right? But there we are. You have to be very, very careful now, because it can literally make you project and vomit, There we are. That's the nastiness, what they can do. You see what I mean? So you have to be very careful of how you play it. But getting back to your dear man now then, I'm so pleased that video came up on my feed, like I am with all of them, because the point is, he would have gone away, there we are, again, with so much love to his heart, and it was all natural, it was all genuine, it was just so beautiful. And please, that's all I ask, that you please and thank you take a watch of these videos that I've advertised today, my babies, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, there we are, everybody needs love. No matter how much somebody will, there we are, push somebody away and say, you know what, I don't need you, I don't, don't get me wrong, there we are, I'm strong enough on my own, do you understand? There we are, I am. Do you know what I mean? I spent that much time on my own in my life that really I can be, there we are, on my own, okay? But the point that I'm making is there are so many in the world where just, there we are, just one hug, just, saying someone, I've done it for decades, you see somebody who's walking with a head down, you just say, hello, good morning, good afternoon, and there we are, and it makes their day. So imagine, after watching this video, should anybody of you, my beautiful little babies, even take the time to do it, just to see how much love and good energy that dear man, there we are, went away with. And imagine the beautiful and marvellous energy on both sides, that the ones who gave a hug, imagine how they felt. So how am I going to just draw this to an end, our delicious babies? If one spend more time, there we are, just hugging. I mean, not in that way, not in that way. I didn't mean it in that way. What I'm saying is just to be that way. Now, me, myself, personally, there we are, I am naturally that way. Do you know what I mean? I've been like that since I was a wee young lass, and I'll never change, and neither will I ever want to change. Never. You say. But if we can just continuously do that, there we are, then that overcomes everything. There we are. And as far as I'm concerned, nothing can touch you. Nothing at all. So wherever you are in the world, whether it's morning, afternoon or evening, wherever you are, please have a super duper delicious time. You only get one life, my little honey bunnies. Sending peace, love, harmony, bright blessings to each and every one of you. And may your beautiful little selves and your beautiful little families all be fully protected. Okay, so what do we do? Good vibrations. Okay, and just please remember that Trouble Trump and Mr. Putin now, they have one thing in common, isn't it? And that's the football. So what do? Get kicked around. May not be in literal terms, but they get kicked around. There we are, just like a damn football, isn't it? The question is, does one to stay there? Does one want to stay there? Or do they, there we are, want to come out the game? That is the question, my delicious little babies, okay? So I'll leave food for thought, food for thought, food for thought. What's that? Candy camera. Love ya. Take care. Thank you once again for listening. Stumbled when I needed to. Goodbye.